Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Mohd Syahmi Haziq bin Muhammad Laile. My metric number is 276859 and I will be presenting the final assessment topic, which is about 5 tips to ensure an event runs smoothly. Let us now go on to our major topic of discussion. Number 1 is planning is invaluable. This is true for virtual anything, but it is especially true for event planning. Executing the perfect event requires bringing many diverse components together to function in unison, and the only way to do this is through careful planning. It can be tempting to get started early and schedule things like caterers and DJ, but this will just bring issues if you don't have a clear strategy in place. Begin your planning as soon as feasible in the process and give yourself as much time as possible to get everything in order. Having a backup plan is also a smart idea when arranging an event. It is rare for an event to go off without at least one hiccup, such as an item not showing up or an essential individual arriving late. Determine the most crucial asset for your event and develop a backup plan for each. If a number of difficulties occur in the future, triage them and evaluate whether an alternative can be found or if the event should be cancelled outright. There will always be complications that you could not have predicted, but the more situations you are prepared for, the better your event will be. Number 2, communicate with key stakeholders. The planning stage is an excellent opportunity to begin developing solid communication skills with important stakeholders. When it comes to event, the more you know about your volunteers and participant demands, the better prepared you will be. These are the major people you need to impress with your event. Therefore, the better you communicate with them, the more you will grasp what they want. If you can't establish effective communication lines with these folks, it will make your job much more difficult. You want everyone at your event to have a good time, but at the end of the day, it this stakeholder who will have the final word on how well your event went. It is critical to communicate effectively. For example, it is pointless for everyone to be aware that a guest speaker has cancelled if the person in charge of scheduling substitute is unaware. You may not believe that this could ever happen, but you will be shocked at how easy it is for everyone to simply assume that a person has information without anyone taking responsibility for informing them. Number 3 is find the right venue. When you go on a site visit, establish a list of your requirements in a checklist format. Don't be afraid to ask questions of the venue management. They may have facilities that you didn't even realize you needed, or they may be avoiding discussing areas where the venue does not give exactly what you need. When selecting for a venue, it is critical to consider the logistics. For example, will there be enough bathroom for everyone? In some circumstances, you may be able to add a few more amenities by hiring a portable toilet rental provider. However, you must verify with the venue to see whether they have the space for this and if they will allow it. Parking is also an important factor because you don't want to make your visitor life difficult as soon as they arrive at the event. Estimate the number of attendees and make sure there is enough parking for everyone. You should also double check the venue entrance to ensure that everything fits. If you are bringing stage and stands, you will need quick access so that everything can be put on time. Be inquisitive and shop around to discover the ideal place at the greatest price and at the best time, but keep in mind the potential logistical issue. But don't forget to be flexible because things will change during the event planning process. Whether it's event schedule, places, or even the type of event you are holding, you must be adaptable and able to accommodate shifting demands. Number 4, engage your attendees. Your guests, VIPs and attendees in general should be prioritized. Do not be afraid to remind them ahead of time of important and useful information, as well as to create a nice and warm atmosphere at the event with designated areas to eat, share and enjoy the event. Don't forget about infrastructure like restroom, drinking fountains, access for individual and with limited mobility, information desk, and so on, depending on the size of your event. Short waiting times and not having to hunt for everything all the time will improve the user experience. Make participants feel like they are a part of your event. As humans, we want to know that our comments and opinions count, and soliciting feedback is a terrific way to show your guests that they do. Feedback will also tell you how your event appears from the outside. No matter how critical you are of your own work, you should always strive to see it through the eyes of your attendees. If at all possible, solicit comment before, during, and after the event. The last one is invest in your team. Having a high quality staff working with you is one of the best methods to ensure a high quality event. You want the most experienced and skilled individual working on your event to achieve the best result, which includes investing in your team. Professional employees contribute to a professional product, and the importance of hiring the proper individual for your event cannot be overstated. Divide the event many parts into sections, for example, registration, catering, and transportation, and give a portion to each member of your team because they are completely responsible for their own part. They will be considerably more aware of minor changes. Create a central manual or document that details everything related to the event, including vendor contracts, attendance information, and the floor plan to keep everyone on the same page. With a shared document, everyone can go back to it if they are unsure, and your entire team can identify any errors. Divide the event many parts into sections. For example, registration, catering, and transportation, and give a portion to each member of your team because they are completely responsible for their own part. They will be considerably more aware of minor changes. That's all for my presentation about 5 tips to ensure an event runs smoothly. Thank you for watching.